Fill her up.
You're listening to the Gas Digital Network.
Hit it, Frank. What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Bruh Motherfucking Topix. I'm your host, Kim Congdon, here with my co-host,
Alex Scarlato, and we're here with another special episode.
We're really excited. This guy I've been friends with for fucking 10 years. We have known each other for a long-ass time. He started fucking my roommate and then never left. And here we are. He's a fucking hilarious comic. It's Hormoz Rashidi, guys.
Hello.
Hey.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Where's your finger red?
I ate Doritos Flaming Hot. And this is after washing my hands. You cannot get them off.
He loves Doritos, everyone. That's the credit. This guy just got off the road from eating Flaming Hots in the car.
I'm
dude,
disgusted.
I can't believe that we've never podcasted before. I mean, we have, but not.
This your first pod?
We did the drunken one for Lockwood's birthday that never got aired.
Yeah,
because we
did that one,
sabotaged it.
the unreleased tapes.
They said it was too mean. We were supposed to drunkenly go in
we
and
didn't know.
What'd
yeah,
you do?
sorry,
Yeah.
we just shit on our friend. It was his
They
birthday.
were doing a podcast during this guy's birthday, which sounded like a super fun, cool idea. Like, oh yeah, everybody's having fun. Let's stop the fun and go in this room and talk into a mic for a little bit. So then we're trying to make the best of it. So we go in there and we're just making fun of our friend Lockwood, like
he
any
deserves.
comedy podcast.
Oh, right.
And then afterwards, we find out Morgan's like, it was unusable. Everybody was just so mean. And it's like, you should have told us that you're trying to make a tape
Sincere.
that's nice to Lockwood. Like, you want...
But you're going to put it out as a podcast? If you're calling it a podcast that might get used and put out somewhere, you're not just going to be sucking somebody's birthday dick, you know?
Yeah. And if you actually agree with us, go find Matt Lockwood on Instagram. Is it Matt Daddy Lockwood?
Matt Daddy Lockwood, yeah.
And tell him he's a dumb piece of shit.
Oh, yeah. If you're a fan of the show, go call our friend a dumb piece of shit and say it's from the Broad Topics podcast and Hormoz.
Yeah.
Matt, I don't know you.
Or don't say the Broad Topics part. Don't do the Broad Topics part. If it's just strangers calling him a piece of shit, it'll hit harder.
That's so mean. The thing I like about Hormoz is one of his specialties is like if we do figure out something funny and mean, he will take the funny part out just to hurt the person more. He's like, yeah, it's kind of funny if we do that, but what will hurt him?
No. The truth is I come up with really mean things to do to my friends constantly, and then I don't do them, but I'll tell you, right, that I came up with it, and I'll be like, dude, I came up with
Our
this
fans
thing.
are literally going to call him a piece of shit.
They should. That'll
You
be
sent them.
hilarious.
They already
But that's-
sent it.
That's not like a mean prank.
No, it's not.
That's like a funny prank. Right?
Yeah. Just a bunch of strangers calling you a piece of shit. Yeah, that's hilarious, dude.
I think
So
that's
funny,
great.
dude.
So funny, dude. Oh, fuck. What's the meanest thing you think you've ever done to someone?
Ooh.
Like a prank wise?
A prank wise?
Yeah. Like
I don't know I don't think it's that mean. I'm not
What
like a
about
mean person.
revenge-wise?
revenge wise.
Have I done anything bad? Like I'm not like a hostile, revengey type person.
Right.
I like silly pranks.
What's the meanest silly prank? Have you ever gotten someone real good?
Well, like
Like my friend faked his own death in high school.
that's crazy. That's crazy. Like
We brought flowers to his mom.
A close
we
friend?
were
I would say,
And you believed it fully?
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we thought he died. We brought flowers to his mom's house.
like the meanest
She was like,
idea.
he's not dead. She's like, he's in his room.
How old was your friend?
14.
And he faked his death at 14?
How did he accomplish it? He had friends?
He had his friends say he died last night.
No. What did he say happened to him?
Car accident or something like that.
Wow.
How long did he keep that going?
All day, one full school day. And then after school, we brought flowers to his mom.
He knew he was missing school
School.
the next day.
So he told
And
his
to him,
friend.
it was truly an innocent prank. I kind of get it. At 14, you might think
He's like,
that's kind of
tell him
funny.
I mean,
died.
it's not that innocent though.
But he
People
probably
get
just
so
mentioned it a couple
As a
times to his
joke.
friends. Like,
Yeah,
tell them
and
I
his jokes
died. And
went
the
for
next
it.
day, they're like, he died.
Damn,
and
that's
then he
fucked
didn't
up.
answer his phone.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
But at 14, I wouldn't notice how fucked up that is. I'd think it's kind of funny
At
when
14,
you're that young.
you're not even. They say even up to 25, your brain's not done developing. Isn't that weird?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Man.
That makes sense.
Sort of.
That's why
it
you
makes
do
sense when I think
shit
about
when you're 24.
how different I felt
yeah,
early 20s than now.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm like a completely different person in my early 20s. I'm still the same, but I'm a lot different. And it didn't start happening until like after 25. That makes sense.
I'm concerned
you're a
about
completely different
how many
person.
drugs I did before 25. I'm in anxiety mode right now.
You did a lot of drugs?
What were your drugs? List them.
Acid and mushrooms.
Hell yeah.
Mostly.
All right.
But like, I started when I was like 18 and I haven't been doing them consistently since then, but I did a fair amount before I was 25 and then stopped for a while and then started when I was like 25.
I think you're fine.
You seem fine.
Yeah.
Cool.
You seem okay.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're fine.
I've seen worse
My
mentally.
brother's a doctor, so I feel like there's like that. So I'm kind of a doctor because my brother's a doctor. I would say you're fine.
It's genetic.
It's genetic. Like I look kind of like him, and he's a doctor.
I love that I have no siblings, but I could tell myself that if I did, one of them would have been a doctor.
It's like that rude shit when people find out somebody who's like an Uber driver was a doctor in India, and they're like, "Oh yeah, but that's in India." It's so rude, you know?
It's so crazy, yeah.
Like as if they could have been in India, but in America they can't.
Yeah, they discount it because it's in a different country.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, in a way, that's true because now they're an Uber driver here in America.
Yeah, but part of it is like if you can't speak the language well enough to pass the MCAT and stuff here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucked.
You expect him to be a doctor and speak a different language. We were a little late coming here today. We had a fucking hectic morning. So annoying. I go to pull out of my driveway, and there's just a car in my driveway.
Blocking you?
Blocking the garage, blinkers on, doors locked. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I wait, we wait a few minutes and then...
Well, another neighbor's trying to get into the driveway. We're trying to get out of the driveway. We're like talking to her.
She's like, oh, can you go knock and ask? So I knock at the boys at the top. I go, do you guys have a car in the driveway? And they're like, no. I knock at... Well, we got into this a couple podcasts ago, but I was having sex last week and I got broomed by my neighbors.
Like, keep it down?
Yeah, and then she texted me the next day and was like really pissed. And when I left my house, I left my TV on purpose when we left with Alex to see how much noise you can hear. And I was on like volume 6 out of 100
in
my bedroom. And when we were downstairs, we can hear the words.
Really?
Yeah, so there's like
the walls are so thin.
So now I'm like, my neighbors think I'm like some whore porn star because I fucked decently. Like I was like having like medium loud sex, but to the apartment it was... They could hear every detail.
We had the same issue with like noise. Just tell whoever you're fucking to just not do it good.
Tell him not to get hard anymore.
Just fuck shitty. Be like, fuck me bad. Shitty. Fuck bad. I can't have orgasms here. My neighbors complain.
My neighbors get really mad.
My neighbors get pissed if I come. I had to knock
on the girl who texted me the next day regarding the noise at 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
10:30. That's crazy. It's too early to be texting me about sex. Please. Yeah. And you're 20. Please, bitch, get fucked. Literally. She opens the door and she goes, yeah. And I go, oh, do you have a car in the driveway? And she was like, no. And then close the door. She's still pissed I got fucked last week.
Fuck louder next time.
I know.
Dog.
Now I'm going to be rude.
Dude, honestly, it's not even your problem. You're allowed to fucking make noise in your place. She has an issue, fucking fuck with the landlord. Be like, get better fucking insulation in this bitch so that...
Yeah, I'm allowed to make noise. Nowhere in the lease.
Yeah, nowhere in the lease does it say you have to be quiet and can't have fucking be dicked down.
Also, you literally
Where does it say I can't be dicked down?
Show me where
I can't be dicked down. So then
you should record yourself fucking and play it loud when you leave.
As music. I make a fucking song.
That's great. I love it.
I get fucked.
And then get fucked while it's being played. Make her think it's like a fucking orgy.
Fuckception.
Yeah, fuckception up there.
I should just play sounds of orgies.
You could make fuck noises for fun.
Yeah.
When you're bored and you need to get out a little aggression.
That's true.
Just go for it.
I just start stirring macaroni in a pot.
Oh, that is so true and gross. Yeah.
So then I knock on the last neighbor's door, no answer. So now I'm pissed. I go to the car to see if I was gonna just pull it into the road and leave it in the middle of the road if it was on.
The car was open?
No, it wasn't.
No,
but
it
if
was on though?
It was the blinkers were on, but it wasn't on.
Oh, okay.
So I went to go see if it was, because if it was on, I would have just left it in the middle of the road, because fuck them. But they're like,
it's a nice car too.
yeah, it was a nice white Mercedes. And then about 10, 15 minutes later, my neighbors downstairs.
Well, you knocked on their door. No, this is across from the bitch.
Oh, different.
Yeah.
This is right below.
Oh, you should have checked every neighbor. You only have like
I
8.
did check every neighbor.
Oh, and they all said no?
And the only one didn't answer. And then 10 minutes later, they came out.
Fucking bitch.
And then he comes out and he goes, oh, is my car in your way?
Goes, oh, do you need me to move the car? And we were like, yeah.
Have you not been hearing people honking and
We're
shit right
standing there
outside?
with bags, with a tripod. Like, we're like been
ready to
outside in
go.
the heat.
And he's like, he goes, oh, yeah, sorry. And I go, yeah, can you not park there anymore? And he goes, yeah, I had to use the bathroom.
He's like, he was so awkward about it too. He was like, yeah, it was
Probably had to take a shit.
It was just that I had to use the bathroom.
You're illegally parked in the driveway. You're going to get a ticket for being parked there.
Somewhere else.
Double park anywhere else where people can get out.
He wasn't thinking clearly. He had to take a shit.
No, but they're the worst neighbors. They leave all the fucking doors open. You've come home. You've been here visiting me for 3 days.
The doors have never been shut.
The front gate, the front door, the side
right
gate.
to Kim's apartment door.
Okay, cut that.
Nobody knows where you live.
That's true. That's true.
But it's crazy that they're leaving all the doors open.
It's crazy.
They're leaving every entrance open.
And they're mad I'm fucking.
Yeah. And it was the same apartment that broomed you.
Yeah.
That was shitting today for 15 minutes, which is another issue that we've talked about on this podcast before.
How
if it
long?
was a lady, she would have dropped that shit in 2.5 minutes and come right back out.
Bathroom. Yeah. Men take so long
a girl
to
could
shit.
take that spot to take a shit, and a man should never.
I would say, yeah, she could park in the driveway if she needs to shit. A man cannot.
Yeah. How long do you take to shit?
Oh, he looks like a 3-hour guy.
No, I'd say like 5 minutes. Probably.
5?
3 to 5 minutes.
That's not bad.
World record almost.
Well, it depends. Like if I have my wipes, 3 to 5 minutes. If I'm trying to figure out a way to like wipe my ass with like toilet paper, like just flimsy toilet paper that's falling apart everywhere.
What's going on?
45,
How hot
50
is your
minutes.
ass that it's tearing apart this paper?
No, it's not the heat. It's the hair.
It's not. It's the hair.
It's the hair. It's being Iranian.
Sharp.
Like
hairs.
It's long straight hairs. In a place that like there's just no sense. It makes no sense.
It is really
It makes no
annoying
sense for
that
me
we
to
have
have
to
hair.
grow hair on our
Angie,
ass.
completely hairless. Probably doesn't even have to. She probably just pinches and leaves.
Yeah.
You know?
What a life.
I never even thought about the hair. That men probably have more hair in their buttholes, so there's poop everywhere.
They have hair
Well,
all
wipes,
over,
these
dude.
flushable wipes have changed the game.
No, you need to get a bidet.
Yeah.
A bidet?
But bidet combo with flushable wipes.
You don't even need flushable wipes. The bidet?
No, I've used one at a friend's house, and the water tastes weird, but it looks like it's so good.
It's not good. A bidet changed my life. I'll tell you right now.
Yeah, it's like just showering only your asshole, which is the spot that sometimes
But you
it's
should
the
still
only
take
thing that's
regular
dirty, and I
showers,
take a
though.
full
Nah.
shower.
You don't need one now.
I got a bidet.
Yeah.
Well, we've all taken a shower because our asshole was dirty.
Oh,
Yeah.
I used to be like that. Used to be my schedule, like shit
Poop
shower. Yeah.
No, that's the ideal schedule.
Yeah,
That's the
is
ideal
That is
schedule.
the ideal schedule.
Going backwards is wrong.
Yeah.
Shower
But
poop,
and it
nothing.
happens sometimes because you can't help it, and it ruins my fucking day.
How about this?
Second shower.
Standing in the shower, then needing to poop, and having to get out wet and pooping. That hasn't
happened to me since I was a teenager.
Me
but
neither.
I do
Me
remember
neither,
being
but
a
I don't know
teenager
why. It
and taking
happened
a
so much
shower
when I was younger.
and having to sit on the toilet wet as fuck and dry the toilet off after. It's a nightmare.
I think as you become an adult, you start like learning and being like,
I'm gonna shit now.
Yeah, not gonna let. Yeah.
It takes 20 years to realize when you need to when
Yeah.
you're gonna need to shit in 20 minutes.
At age 25, your brain
Your brain's-
develops enough to be like, I should take a shit first.
Your shit senses have finally developed.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah. So my neighbors are annoying. They bring me for fucking, and then they park in the driveway, and I'm done.
Yeah, no, I think you
fuck
should
'em.
fuck so loud now.
Yeah,
I will.
dude.
I think you should make a scene, bring it out to the living room, get on
I have
the floor.
like 2 orgasms, dog.
Have two.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Back to back or like over a couple weeks, whatever.
I think hardwood floor
Don't you have
on
hardwood
your
floor?
carpet. Yeah, that'll make a ruckus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honey, I think I already made a ruckus. I think that's the problem.
No, just don't give a fuck.
Yeah. I texted her.
I think you're caring
texted
too
her,
much.
yeah.
Oh, read the text. It's
What'd you
juicy,
say?
dude. You're so direct with people. It's like
because she can't slam the door in my face when I'm asking. But also
in your living situation, you have to combat people directly. If anybody's going to be uncomfortable, make it be that bitch.
I said, you seem pretty upset. As neighbors, I'm not trying to have any tension. Is there something I could do to make you feel better about the noise situation? This is after she texted me and I apologized. And she didn't write back.
What did she text you initially?
She said,
that's a very nice text. I thought you were going to be mean.
Hey, Kim, this is just regarding the noise from your apartment. It can clearly be heard from us who are below and prevent us from getting sleep. And some of us who work from home as well. Please, could you try to keep the noise down a little? Thank you for your help and understanding.
No, that's very nice too.
Yeah, and I said, I'm
sorry.
sorry.
She's just a bitch in person.
Yeah, and I said, I'm sorry, my apologies. And then she slammed the door on me today, and then I sent her this second text. But you know what? It's crazy because I left like a gift for her. She had been asking for something like a couple months ago, and I finally got some, and I left it at her door. And it was for like all of them downstairs because they came to my housewarming party. It was the girl. Do you remember?
The girl who's there with two guys?
Yes, it's her. She's pissed, and I'm like, you're young, and like, what's going on? You guys got so drunk you started throwing up in my apartment.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So it's like, what's happening?
Your neighbors just suck, dude. They really do.
They really do.
Yeah, and
the whole house. If the whole house was happy, the whole house would sound like sex.
Yeah, the whole house should be shaking at all times.
You saw the dudes that she was with. Like neither of those guys are putting it down.
But they're cool, and she's just like a bitch. And even after
they still live there too.
Yeah, and she's dating one of them. She's dating the one that threw up.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Neither of those guys is capable of making noises.
You need to get in a sexier house, I think.
Yeah, your house isn't sexy enough.
Your house isn't like...
The only cool ones are Guido and them.
Yeah, you got to stop fucking Guido too.
I don't fuck Guido. I have this neighbor, he goes by Guido, and he's like 21, and he's no cap.
No cap.
He's no cap Liddy for real.
For real.
He's no cap Liddy on your mom's titty.
Yeah, Guido's the shit.
He has his hair's really long, so he goes like this to talk.
They're cute. They're cute kids, but they're also not fucking like that. They're like 6 boys in an apartment together who are just broing
No, they
the fuck out.
always have girls over.
Yeah.
And they have really hot girls over.
And you don't.
One thing we know about Guido is he shoots his shot.
No,
you never hear them fucking.
No, because the neighbors.
The sound maybe doesn't go up.
I'll tell you something. The neighbors downstairs, I feel like live in silence. It's like I don't hear like a TV. I don't hear anything, but I will hear them like talking sometimes. I always have music on and TV on.
Yeah.
I don't like to be like in the quiet because I don't like to hear my neighbors. I like to like hear my own things.
Right.
And I also don't sit in the silence like a freak.
Yeah.
Who sits in silence in their home?
I mean, if you're writing or doing something.
Even then I have lo-fi on, like always just a little bit of
background noise. Yeah. You got to drown out your thoughts,
air conditioners on.
Yeah.
Anything. It's like you're just sitting in silence waiting for a sound and being like, I don't like that. It's like buy a house. The reason that people are in apartments because they can't afford houses, and if an apartment was soundproof, it would be like having a house. Like it would be better.
Yeah,
it's literally it's like the con of having an apartment. Sorry, I can't fix that.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, let's take a quick second and talk about one of our favorite sponsors. It's rockauto.com. I'm talking to auto mechanics as well as super cool do-it-yourself guys who work on their own cars. I want to tell you a little bit about rockauto.com, the online store with every auto part at the best possible prices. This is your one-stop shop for everything auto parts. RockAuto.com has been in business for 20 years, and they make it easy to find the parts you need at the best possible prices. So no more talking to counter guys who need to order your parts, aren't really sure what you're looking for, never have quite what you need, and then after all the hassle, will still charge you storefront markups. At rockauto.com, you could easily find everything you need, and whether you're a mechanic, an auto shop, or just some guy working on your own car, everyone has access to the same incredible pricing at rockauto.com. So if you're into cars, right now head to rockauto.com and check out all the parts they have available for your car. One last time, that's rockauto.com. The best part, there's no promo code needed because their pricing is already that good. They couldn't possibly give you any more of a discount than you're already getting at rockauto.com. When you order, just let them know that you heard about them on Broad Topics podcast because that helps us out a little bit. All right, rockauto.com. Let's get back into the show.
No, it was like the same shit. Like my neighbors who lived right there, they moved soon after I moved in. And I remember Rosie was like, our manager, she was like, hey, they can smell. We can all smell the weed out there. I'm like, yeah, that's part of LA, right? You can smell weed. People smoke
talking
weed.
about that too. Yeah.
And then they're like, but they just had a baby. I'm like, oh, they should look into like houses they can move into.
Yeah.
Because they live with a baby in Los Angeles in an apartment. That's crazy. That's not good for them.
Yeah.
And she's like, and then she kept bothering me.
Wow,
And one
my
day,
weed smoke is terrible for that baby. They gotta go.
yeah, the air in LA is so good, but. And then finally one day she was like, Hormoz, the smell. And I'm like, Rosie, call the police. I was like, call the police. See what they say. Let's just see what they say when you say one of my neighbors is smoking weed in his apartment. And
Isn't it
smells
only
like
legal to smoke weed in private spots in LA?
Yeah.
Or has that changed? Yeah.
No,
so
that's the only
police
place.
would tell you this is where this guy is allowed to smoke.
Yeah.
Well, they would say, stop calling us, Rosie, you crazy lady. And then she stopped bothering me.
Yeah.
You know, just have to be a little
Great.
rude.
Yeah. There was like a weed issue in my place too, and you just got to power through, and people eventually stop caring.
That's what I did with my parents as a teenager.
Yeah. Yeah.
Truly.
Yeah.
Dude, my dad would beat the shit out of me if he caught me smoking.
Really?
I
Do you
got
think your
caught a
dad's ever
couple
done drugs?
times.
He told me he smoked hash when he was at like college in New York. He like hung out with like he was telling me that like he was like Muslim, but not really. Like he was Iranian, so he was Muslim. And then it was in the 70s when he went to like college in New York, and it was like the black Muslims were like a popping thing, and they all wanted to know real Muslims because they were like interested in it and stuff. So he became homies with all these black guys who were like Nation of Islam kind of guys, and he said he smoked hash with them, and he said it was fun, but he didn't want to keep doing it because it made him lazy and shitty, and he was kind of dead on with some of the negatives, but yeah.
Yeah. I bullied my parents into just letting it happen. Truly.
Do you remember
My dad would smell my fingers when I would come home sometimes. He'd be like, let me smell your fingers.
He'd be like,
smell your
"Oh, it's
rat."
just pussy.
Yeah.
Get in there. That's my boy."
Man, that's so dangerous, smelling your teenage son's fingers.
It's really
Very, very
thanks.
dangerous.
It's very dangerous.
At the very least, they're dirty as fuck.
Yeah.
Like they just haven't been washed all day.
You had people putting the joint in your mouth.
I
I can't touch it. My dad
touch
smells
it.
my He don't smell my lips.
I was such a good kid in high school, though. I never did anything.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember when I was in high school, I was like, I didn't smoke weed really either until I got into college. I smoked weed once when I was 13, and then I didn't again until college.
13's early. I feel like it probably scared you away for a little bit.
Oh, yeah. I had a friend. Her name was Rachel. She was really bad. And we went to an 18-year-old guy's house. And him and his friend.
At 13?
Yeah. And him and his.
An 18-year-old had 13-year-olds over?
Yeah. And it was like 5 dudes, like 5 18-year-old dudes, and me and Rachel.
No.
And she had like these huge tits. And I was just like scared
That's
behind
the
her.
one your mom wouldn't let you hang out with anymore because her boobs were too big.
No, that was another
That was
one.
a different one?
Yeah,
Okay.
but Rachel was the cause of that.
Okay.
Mindset.
If your 13-year-old daughter has really big boobs, you have to be a good parent. It's just predators all around her, and
Yeah.
she's just a kid walking around
With huge titties.
trying to go to a playground still and shit like that.
And
Dude.
her titties are
And her
bouncing on the
titties,
slide.
yeah.
Oh, it's rough.
Even
Very rough.
with my little boobs, like I've always been really tall. Like I would reach like 5'7" or 5'8" when I was like 12.
Crazy.
And I was on the beach with my mom in Atlantic City once in this like tube top bikini that like it like clips in the back, and the clip just popped off while me and my mom were walking along the shore, and this guy running by, must have been in his 30s, like passed by and stopped and looked and straight whistled at me, and my mom flipped the fuck out. She was like, she's literally 12 years old. Like,
Damn.
It's crazy raising a daughter. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
I remember when I used to walk to the bus stop when I was 13, the construction workers would whistle at me. And I was
That's
walking.
crazy.
I was walking to my middle school bus stop.
No. With your little backpack on, with your little Dora shoes.
Yeah, and I used to be like, they want it. No, I was terrified. I'd be like, walk faster. It's crazy. Yeah, we were in a trap house, 13 years old with 18-year-old boys, and they got us high. They were really nice. They didn't try anything with us. They literally just chilled and got high with us, but
But it could have gone south.
It could have gone south. I truly think that maybe in another timeline things didn't go as well.
You remember the like anti-weed like commercial they had that was like, it was like a girl who goes over to a guy's house to smoke weed, and then like she gets high, and then he gets on top of her and is like,
weed makes
is raping her, and she's like, no, stop, and then he's just like overpowers her and rapes her, and then they go, and then it says like, maybe if she wasn't high, she would have been able to fight, or something like that. It was like, really?
That's crazy.
Like it's like
I'm
you're
not sure
blaming
the
her for
logical
getting
lines
high.
there.
She
Yeah.
smoked weed, and then this guy got so high he needed to. If you get high and then need to rape, you want to rape more than the average rapist.
The idea that it's like rapes are gonna happen, you gotta stay sober enough to fight it off.
I'm also not
It's
much
crazy.
weaker after I've smoked weed. It's like I'm
No.
not going to be able to throw
No,
a
it
guy
was
off
absurd.
me who's on top of me, whether I'm high or not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, completely absurd.
Yeah, no, those. I remember in like 8th grade, the DARE officer. You guys had DARE, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
DARE officer came in, told us all about all the different drugs and why not to do them, and immediately I was like, I'm probably gonna try a couple of those. Like my mentality was completely like always like wanting to rebel for no reason.
Oh, not me. Growing up, I remember when I was in high school, I was like, I don't get why anybody would need to smoke.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know why people do drugs. It seems like all it does is just ruin lives.
Yeah, yes.
All drugs do?
Ruin lives. cut to,
And then I
cut to
got-
all of us at Joshua Tree
Just having the best
doing
time
dances
ever.
under
Yeah.
the stars.
Yeah.
Dude, we have so much fun when we go and camp.
Yeah.
When we camped, we played a fun game. Should we tell Alex about Kim?
Kim. Yeah.
Have you heard of Kim?
I'm shocked the game's called Kim.
Are you? I named it.
I'm
It's a-
trying to imagine how you play Kim. I want to be able to guess.
Yeah, please.
You won't guess.
You won't guess,
You won't
but
guess.
go ahead.
People have been playing Kim since before Kim was ever alive.
It's something about
People have been playing Kim since the beginning of time.
Since people have been playing anything.
Yes,
They've been playing Kim.
Kim might have been
But
one
then
of the.
she named it herself after
Kim
herself.
might have been one of the first games ever played.
All
To be
right.
honest,
It's
that's a
got-
big hint.
It has something to do with the stars.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Okay.
Yes, it does.
You have to find spots where it spells Kim in the stars.
No, that would make sense.
That's a great guess.
That
but
would
no.
be if like Kim named things because they make sense to name them after her.
Okay.
This is no reason it should be called Kim. It should be called Hormoz just as much as it should. Actually, probably it should be called Hormoz before it should be called Kim, because Hormoz has been playing it longer than Kim. He's older than Kim.
That's true.
You know,
but
but it's named
Hormoz
Kim.
didn't name it,
But it's
so
Kim, but
it
it's-
had no name and it needed to be named,
Something
and I
tells
stuck
me
my
it should be
flag.
called Galileo or some shit. But go on. What's the game?
Tell her.
Counting shooting stars.
Okay. All right. And you have to count to Kim?
Well, it's not necessarily counting. It's just like seeing them and
Whoever gets to
calling
see
them
Yeah,
first.
whoever sees the most.
The first, like if one goes, you go, oh, I got one.
So
Kim,
I
I won.
The game is a method of naming every shooting star Kim.
No,
No, you're not
not their
naming
name.
them. You're not naming.
you're
It has nothing to
seeing
do
them
with the name
shoot
Kim.
and calling it first.
So it's like bingo. It's like when you say bingo.
Bitch, have you
Yeah.
ever played a game? No.
Yeah, it's like bingo. Whoever says bingo first.
Yes.
Yeah.
So whoever sees the star and points to it first wins.
And Kim is the trigger word.
Kim is just what she called it because
Kim is
Kim's
just
a narcissist.
the name of the game.
It's just the name of the game.
Kim
You don't
wants
have
to name
say-
everything after
You don't
her.
have to say Kim when you see the star.
No. It's just called playing Kim.
Kim renamed Joshua Tree Kim.
Wow.
I think also. It's now called Kim.
Yeah, I can't wait to go to Kim Fest.
That one makes more sense.
That
though.
one's a work in progress.
Instead of Skank Fest, it's Kim Fest. It's like, I think she just called you a skank.
We needed a shorter word for skank.
Kim?
Yep, I did get second place in Kim last time. So
No, you lost, is what I remember. You were too busy looking out for your six.
I was looking out for my six. I was paranoid. We pull up to the fucking campground. There's just a random tent in our campground, and I come up. I go, "Who's that?" And everyone's like, "Yeah, there was a guy who was already here, and he seemed okay." So we told him we're gonna
He
do
asked
drugs.
me. He said, I'm going to leave early in the morning. Is it okay if I just sleep here tonight?
Yeah.
I said, sure.
I would have said no. Well, this is our campsite. We're we want to be alone.
But I'm way nicer than you.
Yeah, but
And I'm not afraid of
But also, you don't want to make an enemy of the guy if he is scary.
No, he was a sweet guy. He was fine. I've also been in that situation where I didn't have a campsite and I looked for a campsite and finally found somebody who let me stay with them.
You are big on being in a group of people and still thinking somebody's going to be able to come and attack and kill you
Yeah, you've
without
got
anybody
issues.
warning you.
yeah, I've got anxiety.
You're watching your own six while you're in a circular campsite is fucking crazy.
I kept telling everybody to watch my six when I was on drugs. I was like, "Can you watch my six while I pee?" And they're like, "Can you stop saying that?"
Where were we? Where the police had a big 6 on their cars and they're driving.
You
around.
just sent me a picture of it, I think, and you're like, "I saw the police. They watch each other's
They watch
six."
each other's 6.
Yeah, you got to watch your friend's 6. And then at one point, I was so high that Morgan, our friend with the broken leg, he wasn't sleeping on the floor because he had trouble getting up. He was sleeping in a chair. And I was like, well, I said out loud, I was like, well, if that guy does come, because they scared me. Before we went camping, Sarah said that there was or Tarina said that there was a serial killer. There's specifically, but there specifically was a guy going around killing people at the campgrounds during that month, and he was missing. And then we show up to the campground. This guy's like, "Yeah, I just need a spot to stay in tonight. Your friend said it was cool." I'm like, this is the beginning of a horror film. This is how it starts. And then Hormoz goes, "Yeah, I'm a nice guy. You're not as nice. Of course I'll let him stay." That's how a movie goes. That's exactly how a movie goes.
Yeah,
and then we have a black friend. Literally, it's a movie. It's like Morgan's the only one
But the
sitting
black
up.
friend's got a broken leg.
Exactly, so he dies first. It's a movie.
Yeah.
So it's it was freaking me out. And then so when we were sleeping,
But isn't it nice to have the broken leg guy there?
Well,
for
that's
your
what I
own
said.
Safety?
I said, we'll know that there's a killer because he'll die first. And then this is when they all laughed at me because I said, "Morgan, if we're all sleeping and he kills you, can you be a good friend and not silently die? Can you give us a gurgle?" I said, "Please." Because how fucked up would it be if he just was quiet and died and didn't go "Grr."
Yeah. Yeah,
So I asked my friend if he could gurgle if he got murdered, and everyone's like, "That's so offensive." And I was like, "No, but for real."
No, I get it though. I would gurgle for you for sure.
Thank you. I just need a friend that'll gurgle.
I'll scream. I'll try to scream.
Yeah.
That's where the gurgle would come from. I'm assuming if you're screaming,
Yeah.
it's the blood spattering out of the hole.
Yeah. I'll have a shitty last few moments to save my friends for sure.
Right.
It's not like they're gonna be good if I'm not gurgling. It's not like it's gonna be peaceful.
Right.
How do you guys want to die? If you had to pick your death, old age, asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah. Very, 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 very old in a nice, comfortable house.
Asleep, or you go to bed
Betty
comfortably
White.
and you just don't wake up.
Betty White's life is what I want.
You see, what I don't like about that is that I feel like when you're old and you die in your bed, 9 times out of 10, you've been on a slow road to death for at least a month or 2.
For sure.
And so you're on hospice care for a while.
Yeah.
It would be nice to live until a year before I was going to naturally die, and then
Just take a big shot of fentanyl.
have some shit happen on a roller coaster or something. I shouldn't be
not a
going on
roller
roller coasters.
Jesus Christ. Dude.
The most violent
You break your
death.
spine because you're old on a roller coaster. It's the most
What is this?
horrible.
What's this 80-year-old woman doing going on this roller coaster?
She's having her last bit of fun.
She's taking off the harness.
Ideally, I'd like to get so old that we get very futuristic, and then I can regenerate
through a
my
computer or
organs, and then sort of put each organ in a thing that brings them back to young, and then put them back in my body,
and then grow
sort of
some new
grow.
skin on the side that
Yeah.
you could maybe slide on, look young again.
Yeah, and then just sort of go through life again.
The science on that's 5-6 years away from that, though.
Oh, so I've only got to live another decade
Well,
or so.
if time's not real, the science is now.
Very smart. This is a smart podcast.
Yeah, I'm a doctor. My cousin's a doctor. It's in,
Oh,
it's
damn.
in the blood.
Damn, that's good enough for me. That's doctor for me.
You know where Hormoz got this?
Louis Vuitton.
The Weeknd came to the Comedy Store, and then he left the area, and then I found that, and I was like, mine.
Isn't that cool?
That's pretty sick.
So the weekend, if you're watching this, Hormoz stole your shit.
Fuck you, dog. Come get it, bitch. No, I love your music. You're very good.
The Weeknd's
Let's
a
be
huge
friends.
fan of our podcast.
If
He's going to hear
if
that.
the Weeknd wanted to come over and hang out and be my friend, I would give him the fake one back.
that you bought.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Not
You
yet.
had a fake one before you had this one.
No, I bought the fake one.
No, you bought a decoy in case he runs into the weekend.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You bought a decoy for the weekend? I was always shocked when I found out the weekend was one person.
Yeah.
Really?
It sounds like a band.
Yeah, but he sounds like one person.
I
the whole
was
time.
always shocked.
Yeah,
when I
but
found
sometimes
out
there's
that,
backup singers or voices.
I was shocked when I found out that Gnarls Barkley was a band.
I didn't know
It's
that
two
either.
people. It's the voice of CeeLo.
It's Gnarls and Barkley.
And the beats of forget his name. He's like a Bay Area producer, DJ guy.
I always thought
who
it was
did
one
the
guy.
Gray album. Who took like Beatles' White album and put Jay-Z's Black album over it.
Hey, you can't say that anymore.
Black album.
Don't say that word anymore. No album.
You know what the best prank I actually did is?
What?
At the Comedy Store, working at the door. Mm-hmm. It was like one of those packed Joe Rogan nights where the line went forever down Sunset. Mm-hmm. And this lady had been waiting forever at the front of the line. And doors were about to open. And she looked to this couple behind her and she said, hey, I have to run over to the Andaz Hotel real quick. I'll be right back. And they were like, cool. And she ran off to the Andaz. So I went up to that couple and I said, hey, when she comes back, I'm going to accuse her of cutting. And you guys act like you've never seen her before.
That's so funny.
So then she comes back.
That's so funny, Hormoz.
And I go, ma'am, the line starts back there. These people have been waiting a very long time. And then she goes, no, I'm not cutting. I was here. And then she turns to the couple, and the couple look at me and go, I've never seen this woman in my life.
No.
And I go, ma'am. And then she goes, I just spoke with you guys. And then this black lady jumps out of the line and goes, lady, I've been waiting here all day. You gonna have to wait too. And then she's like, no, I'm not trying to cut anybody. I swear. Like she starts freaking out. And then I go, ma'am, this has all been a prank. And then she goes, what? And I go, you're on candid camera. There's a camera there. There's a camera there. There's a camera there. And she goes like, what? And I go, no, there's no cameras. There's no cameras.
Hormoz is the meanest, I swear. You know what he used to do? Is that it? You just told her there's no cameras and then you...
That was it.
And then she got back in.
Welcome back to the line.
He was standing at the door, and when people asked for the bathroom, he'd say, yeah, it's down the hall, and then give a long code of long numbers that's not the code, so they have to try and remember these 6 numbers.
Yeah. I would say.
There a code?
No, it's just a bathroom.
But it's fun to make people walk down the hall like
going like 65329.
The code again and
when
again,
it was complicated, what would you say? I
say like pound 4342. And then they go pound 4342. And I go star 6789. And they go, what? How many numbers is it? And I go, just kidding. There's no code. This isn't like a ghetto Wendy's.
Star 6789. It's so funny.
That's wild that your creativity lies in with fucking people.
Oh, he's so
It's
mean.
impressive.
It's also working as the door guy at the Comedy Store gets so boring, right? Just sitting there. And then occasionally you get people to come by. You got to fuck with them a little bit.
Mm-hmm. I guess so.
Like, what's his name? I forget the guy's name, but he's that little, like, Guido-y guy who hangs out at the Comedy Store sometimes. I don't know. I'm not going to be able to describe him, but he was telling me this story about how he got his real estate license. And I'm just stuck in one spot when I'm working there. I can't leave. And he's like, yeah, I got my real estate license and the test takes 4 hours, but I did it in an hour and a half and I passed. And I told them I was left-handed, but the test is written for right-handed people. And I'm like, and I was just like, what the fuck are you telling me this shit for? And then finally somebody else.
I have questions about that part.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I'm like, and I can't be mean to him because he's just me and him. Mm-hmm. So then just as soon as my friend Johnny walks up, I go, 1 second. Start your story over, bro. Johnny, you got to hear this.
No.
and then he goes, oh, fuck you. And I'm like, no. You know how all real estate agents are right-handed? Because of the bias on the test, how nobody... This guy fucking broke the mold. He figured it out. You think it would take, 6-7 hours to get a real estate license? This guy did it in an hour and a half. And I'm just like, he was a good sport about it. But I was just like, if you're going to come over to me and tell me a boring story, as soon as there's another audience member around, I'm going to make fun of you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I love it. I love the confidence.
I wish I remembered his name, though. I'm so bad with names. Everybody's just dog. It's like, oh, what up, doggy?
Yeah, I do that too.
I can't. I'm just so bad with names. And that's like such a bad trait because it's like everybody who's super successful are like the best at memorizing names. You always find out.
It's also the best feeling ever when they remember your name.
I see
feels
people
so good.
I see people's face light up when I see their name sometimes. That I just learned it.
Like Gerard Carmichael has like everybody's name memorized. He just like I've heard Kimmel, Fallon.
It's all the guys
Johnny
who wants
Carson.
to fuck. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gerard Carmichael gave me the best advice I've ever gotten in stand-up comedy, which is don't take anyone's advice on anything. When it comes to like what you do on stage, don't take anyone's advice. Just do what you think is funny, because the reason you're up there, it's like you.
Yeah,
it's a really intense paradox too,
because it's his advice.
Take his advice to do it.
He also rejected New Girl. You know, it's like that's like laws of power shit right there.
He rejected New Girl.
He was supposed to be the Damon Wayans character, and then Damon Wayans left to do that other show, and then they brought on another black guy. But it shows like value yourself and don't and do whatever you want. And
Gerard's the greatest.
Yeah.
He's so great.
Yeah.
He's really nice. So funny. Yeah.
His SNL was pretty good too. There's like a few
I didn't see it.
shitty sketches, but there's a few good ones in there.
I didn't see it either.
Yeah. I didn't see it either.
I haven't watched SNL in such a long time.
Me neither. I don't really watch. Unless you're watching, and then I watch every episode, and I could certainly write one as well.
I mean, the truth is, like, I don't watch it like I used to, which I would like watch it and be excited because it would be really funny. Now it's so political. It's like everybody's trying to show how much they support the Democrats and shit. It's like, just have it be funny. Who gives a fuck everything else?
Politics in my comedy, I want it to be like no more than how much sugar I have in my tea. Like just a tiny little pinch, and
it to be like a general jab.
Yeah.
I don't care about how much of it. I just want it to be funny. If it was all so funny and it was all about Trump, and they found new funny things about Trump, but it's just a guy doing a Trump impression every week.
Well, yeah, because they're also trying to be woke. You can't be woke
you can't
and
be
funny
woke.
about politics at the same time. It's impossible.
Yeah.
It's literally impossible.
But so many of like our friends are on it now. And that's part of the reason I like watching it too, is because I get joy off of seeing like Aristotle and Punky in them, you know? And then also like, because Gerard was there, like some of the sketches were good too. I think sometimes the hosts aren't willing to do some of the crazier shit. But yeah, it's a good one. You guys should check it out.
Kim Kardashian did great on it too.
Yeah, she's dope.
She's awesome.
Yeah.
I like Kim.
Yeah, I've grown to
Amber
love
Rose
them
came
as well.
to the store too.
Amber Rose?
So beautiful.
Really?
She looks so good.
Was she nice?
I mean, I all I did was show her where the belly room was, and she smiled at me. So I think we're in love. I think I'm leaving Angie for Amber Rose, I believe.
Oh.
She'd understand.
Amber Rose Rashidi.
I'm taking her last name. I'm going to be Hormoz Rose. Hormrose.
Hormrose. Hormoz. You're so funny.
Oh.
Dude. Have you seen JoJo Siwa's haircut?
Oh, you're so upset about it.
I really am.
Who is that?
JoJo Siwa, the young dancer, what used to wear her hair in a ponytail.
She's like today's Hannah Montana.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I've heard you guys talk about her, but I don't think I know who that
we
is.
just brought her up for the very first time right now. You've never even met Alex.
No, I think I've heard you and like Lockwood or whatever mention JoJo whatever before.
Yes.
And it's like
that
a non-pedophile 40-year-old man. I had no idea what you're talking about.
Well, she wouldn't want you anyway. She likes girls.
Okay, that's good for her.
It is good for her, but you know what's
if
not
I had a
good
daughter,
for
I
her?
would hope for that. I think lesbian would be great.
I completely support JoJo being a lesbian. It's wonderful. LGBTQ, awesome. I love it.
You forgot the plus.
Plus.
Yeah, don't be a bigot, dude.
And more.
And more.
And more.
To be continued as well. LGBTQ plus to be continued.
There's got to be a Z in there somewhere.
LGBTQ extra plus all the time.
XXL.
Fat lesbians have their own category.
Fat lesbians.
Extra plus.
LGBTQ XXL plus Q medium bis.
Big dick, little dick, boys like boys.
Medium bis, small gays, large lesbians.
Pussy,
Man.
cussy,
Bussy cussy wussies.
No, I mean, what I don't support about this is the haircut that she chose to get.
She
as
got a
part
bad
of her coming
haircut.
out. It's really upsetting to me.
gotta
JoJo
see it.
Siwa was the cutest kid,
J-O-J-O.
turning
Look
into
at her
the
Instagram.
most beautiful girl. And cut your hair short. I
think
don't
it looks
mind that.
dope.
You think it looks dope?
Yeah,
I think
you
she
think
looks
that's
like
bad?
a
She looks like Abby
Karen.
Roberge.
I think she looks like a Karen.
It's a Karen haircut.
I think, and I don't even mind the haircut. I think her face can't pull it off.
Yeah.
I think that she has really done herself dirty with this.
I don't know, dog. She used to have that long hair.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, yeah, that's her childish look, though. Her hair when it was down was so cute.
This is what she used to look like.
I don't
I've
know,
never
dude.
seen that person in my life.
Wow.
She's so wildly popular.
Yeah.
And then and now she cut her hair like that, and Alex is
She
upset.
looks like a
I'm
lesbian,
upset.
but she's a lesbian.
She is a
Right?
lesbian. Listen.
So she's trying to she's young and she's trying to be part of that community and she's identifying. I think part of it's that.
Yeah, it's all of it is that. It's just about a haircut. She could have done a better short haircut.
She could have
By
done
saying
a
she
way
got a
better
bad
lesbian
haircut,
She looks
you're
like a
saying-
Karen. She looks like she's going to complain to the manager.
She looks older.
She looks like
Much
she's
older.
34. She's 18 years old.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what she's going for. She's trying to be more mature looking.
But she was everybody's. Listen, maybe it's just the
Alex is
child in
upset.
me.
Alex is upset because she had a crush on JoJo Siwa. She doesn't want to admit it, and now she can't
It's okay.
because
She was my role model. As
she was not your role model. You're older than her. You had a crush on her.
I mean, I guess so. And now I'm just out. I can't. And fine. I'm happy for her.
No, you're not. One, and you're really upset. It's disturbing. Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Let me tell you, she wanted
Want
to
a
talk
napkin?
about this a week ago.
What? Your crush never had a haircut that you didn't like? What?
What? Yeah, she.
Hair will grow back.
I guess so. I liked it when Miley did it. I'll put it that way.
When Miley did
When
it,
Miley
it looked
did
good. Yeah, when
Well,
Miley did
Miley's-
it, I was like,
Miley's way more beautiful.
I
though.
go back to that
Right? That's
Jay's
part
on
of
my
it.
feet video
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
this is
Miley's
Alex's
so
coming
hot,
out.
though.
This is
This chick's
Alex's.
just like a normal looking chick,
This is
right?
Alex's Gerard Carmichael special.
It's called Alexandria.
That's it.
With JoJo Siwa was my role model. Oh
So
shit!
JoJo's like the white girl version of Frank Ocean.
Is that it?
No,
I don't
JoJo's
think so. I don't know. much about
JoJo
him.
is
Gay
the
musician.
Okay, so
Hannah Montana was a good example.
early
She's the
in her
Hannah
career,
Montana.
She's very
Is Hannah
Miley
Montana
Cyrus, but she's
bi?
not.
Miley is.
But
JoJo was a- JoJo
Hannah
was a-
Montana's not a person.
Even though JoJo is JoJo, her character of JoJo was a different character when she was younger. She would wear bows. She was from this dance show. It got
was on
Dance
Dance
Moms,
Moms.
which is a wildly popular show.
Yeah, my niece was into that show.
Yeah, it's really good. And and then she became like the most popular from that show. And she
Had a YouTube channel that blew up like among kids who were into her content. Like it went crazy.
and then she bought this crazy house that she would do YouTube videos from that was like made of candy, like type shit. And it'd be like, watch me go down my slide made of chocolates.
Yeah.
And she'd go down the slide and it'd get like 5 million views.
Wow.
And kids would be like,
Losing their
"I need more."
mind.
And then she
Yeah.
started
And
wearing
then
bows in all of them. So she
she
opened her own
started,
bow company.
recording albums.
Just a smart
and
bitch.
She's like world touring, doing like
What's the music
arenas
sound
for
like?
children.
Is it good? It's for kids?
It's kids music.
It's kids music.
It's
It's,
kids
cute.
music.
It's
It's
cute.
cute.
Kids love her.
I
They
know.
wear bows. They want to be JoJo Siwa. It's like the thing. It's the thing for little girls is her.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Girls wear JoJo backpacks. But now she's damn gay.
She wears like Freddie Mercury type outfits. Like her costumes on stage are wild sometimes. Like sequin suits
way or
from
bad?
head to, in the best way.
She's
dude.
awesome.
She's really like got.
Look at her, Alex.
own
She's in love.
style.
Look at her.
I'm impressed with the girl.
If only she had long hair.
The haircut is bad, dude. I don't know.
It's all right.
If I was gonna go butch, I wouldn't do it that way.
What would you do?
I don't know. I would definitely start with the clothing. I feel like the clothing is like it's a safer like dipping my toes into the pool.
You'd wear like the Adidas
butch.
jumpsuit and 2 ponytails like Sporty Spice.
Maybe
That's an
too-
exact outfit I wear currently. Did you do that on purpose?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
maybe tight braids with a hat so you don't really see my hair that much, but like, a little looser fitting clothes. I'd be dipping my toe in the pool before I just shaved it all off.
Yeah, I get that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel that way about anybody who shaves their head. It's not just lesbians.
It's so funny because Alex has been holding on to this subject and wanting to talk about it so bad, and it's just a girl who got a haircut. Like, when we take a step back,
How old is she?
She's 18. She just got one bad haircut.
Yeah.
We've all done it.
I don't even
Alex
think it's
is
bad.
Alex thinks it's the end of JoJo Siwa, and the way like this.
I just hope she could recover from this.
It's like she said the N-word. Like, it's crazy.
Man.
I think if it wasn't for this haircut, I wouldn't even be hearing about her. So JoJo, you just got a new fan.
Hell yeah.
Get a haircut.
If you go to a JoJo Siwa concert, you will be arrested. Oh, man. I think that we should end it there. Hormoz, thank you so much for coming on to our
Thank you.
podcast. Where can people find you?
At Not Hormones on Instagram.
Perfect.
Yeah. And I'm on TikTok too now.
Hell yeah. Make sure you check out Hormoz. I swear to God, he's one of the funniest people I've ever met in my entire life. And you will be seeing more of him. So get on board early.
You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram.
In the room. She's still upset about JoJo.
JoJo getting her DMs, dog, on Instagram.
I mean, do you think I'll be looked at funny if I go to her concert? You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at I am Alex Scar, and check out Stick and Portly Watch Rick and Morty every Monday right after Legion of Skanks, only on gasdigitalnetwork.com/live. And if you head to gasdigitalnetwork.com, you could use promo code TOPIX, TOPIX, for a 7-day free trial with access to every single show on the network on demand. From episode 1 through current times, bonus content, live chats, everything else. Head to podcastmerch.com for our merch. And thanks for listening. Okay.
Yeah. You guys can follow me on Twitter at Kimberly Congdon, on Instagram at Kim Congdon. Check me out on twitch.tv/QueenCong1. Also, check out my other podcast with Sarah Weinshank called This Bitch Podcast, anywhere you find podcasts. I'll be in Oxnard at LMU on May 3rd. May 13th, I'm at the Red Room in Huntington Beach. May 27th, 28th, Houston. I am coming out to the Riot Comedy Show in Houston. Please, please, please come out if you're in Houston. It's my first time there headlining. I really want to pack out that show. I've got a link on my Instagram bio for those tickets, so please check it out. And I will be June 4th. I'll be in Bellflower.
What is Oxnard LMU?
I don't know.
LMU is like Marina Del Rey. Oxnard's the other direction.
I don't know.
Go to either one of those that night. She'll be at one of those two
It'll
places.
be on my social media. And we'll see you guys next week.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.